Hello, hello. Welcome in, Satoros and Sword Monkey. Yes, blue stream. Alright, last time, when we just started Zelda-fying my hotel, we built we transformed the seaside room into a Lurelin village room. But I did a few more builds off stream. Don't mind Sprinkle. We're just dropping in at like 3 a.m. It's fine. Alright, so I think I did a slight tweak to this. Yes, so I put this basket here off stream. And I put that steamer basket that's there up in the middle on the shelving unit. That was down here. I couldn't remember that I had used this item in Marina's house, which is also Lurelin Village theme. Because when I went in to go get a reference, she was cooking. So she had put some stuff away. So those were the updates that I made to this room off stream. But I also made a Kakariko room, which was, the theme was, actually that's kind of perfect that Thrasher is there. He's kind of like Ganon. That's great. So this was the Japanese themed room that I originally made, and I transformed it into a Kakariko room. This one I just finished today. Actually, sir? Sir, you're awake? At 3 a.m.? Why are you awake? Your mug looks familiar. Of course I remember you. Well, I'm here again, ready to make memories and take home a bunch of Hylia Isle stories. I've seen you wandering around, but I'm always up for a chat if the mood hits you, swine. Okay, this fellow was never on my island. Does he remember me because he stopped by the campsite? Why do you remember me? Weird. Also weird that he's awake. Are the grumpies just... Are the grumpy villagers just awake at this hour? Why? Why though? Also, Sword Monkey says streamer remembered me. Sword Monkey, I know you in I know you in person. What do you mean I remembered you? What do you mean? Anywho, this is my Kakariko room. My Breath of the Wild era Kakariko Shika room. There we go. Words are hard. Words are hard. I can words. Allegedly. Sir Monkey says I'm being funny. I know you're being funny. And I'm gonna call you out on it. Alright, so I did that. What else did I do? This one. So I did a Pietro's there. Okay. I did a Rito village room. This one, the original theme was Lodge. This one's a little bit of a conceptual stretch, but I think it works. The original theme was Lodge, and I've made it a ski lodge, which is kind of why I thought a Rito village theme would work for this one. Since, you know, ski lodge up in the mountains, Rito village up in the mountains. Maybe not all snowy background, but I'm working with the wallpapers that I've got. Anyways, this one I actually modeled after Keaton's house. Keaton on my island currently has a Rito village house. So I sort of just reused elements from his house here. And then the last build that I did offline was I did Hyrule Castle Princess Zelda's sort of room. Not modeled after any particular build in any of the particular games, but just sort of Princess Zelda vibes. This one took a little while to figure out, but I like it. Anywho, that leaves us with 4 rooms left to design. So I'm thinking we start with a Gerudo room tonight. And if there's time after that, I plan on starting a Snowpeak Ruins room. Anywho. Which there might be time. There might be time for that, because the Gerudo room I'm actually just going to model after Anka's house. Because I did make a Gerudo Palace on stream, ages ago, for Anka, in her house. Thanks so much for coming around. So, what do you say? You gonna help me with the guest room? Yar! Well, thank you. So, standard or VIP room? Which'll it be? Words? Okay. Standard. Okay, so this one, I'm gonna transform the kitty theme room into the Gerudo room, because I think I'll be using some of the toy block furniture and some of the mom's plushies, which feels appropriate for a kitty room. Again, a little bit of a stretch, but I think it works. Conceptually, it works. Start over. I suppose I should have done a tour of the room as it is now. But too late. I can't abandon ship. It's fine. I'll choose a theme. Where is the kitty room? Here we go. Kitty. Dreamy also would have been acceptable, I think. But that's fine. I'll be looking forward to seeing your work. I'll just leave it to you. I'm not sure why they actually separated Kitty and Dreamy, but I don't know. Alright, so let's do this. First things first. We want this 8 wide, and we want to adjust the lighting down low. I guess wind for the sound effect? Probably? Or rumbling. Rumbling could work, but let's do wind for now. Alright. I think I just did like the hieroglyphs, whatever, wallpaper. I don't know what the wallpaper is called. Oh, no, I didn't. Okay. Okay. Let's see if I can find those. Let's see if I can find those. This one. I used this one, the botanical tile wall. Okay. We might try some different options for the flooring. I didn't, you know, love my options for my original build when I did this. I think I used like the tent flooring or whatever it's called in my original build. Just because it's sort of, yeah, tent flooring. I think this is the one I used originally. So just since it was sort of in the color space that I wanted. But we also have this. We have pyramid tile. It is an option. So we can always come back to that. Actually, just out of curiosity, what does the pyramid tile wallpaper look like? I do have that one, right? Do I have that one? Oh yeah, that's just... Nah, that's just not what I want. It's just not what I want. Okay, let's go back. I think I've already gone too far. Never mind. Lies and slander. Okay, we'll start with this. I think I used the, did. I don't remember what that bed is called. But let's do that. Let's do that. I also took some reference pictures earlier today of Riju's room, because that's what we're modeling this after, is Riju's bedroom. We'll need this. We'll need that. Okay. Where is bed? There we go. Switch that over. Okay. I think this is maybe a no windows build. Is this a no windows build? It might be. Okay, we need the curtain item. I don't remember what it's called. So we're just gonna search for it blindly. Oh, never mind. Curtain partition. Okay. There we go. Put this here. And open. I suppose I should check my reference to see what color it is. I used one of my custom codes on my original build, but we don't have to do that for this. Let's see. Let's see, what color is Riju's drapes on her bed? What color? Looks like I have a ton of pictures of Snowpeak Ruins, since that's my second planned build. Okay, maybe the white actually is just fine. Because it's sort of like an off-white with a red pattern. Okay, we'll just leave it. We'll leave it like this then. That's fine. I think I used the log furniture in my original build just because of how I could transform or customize the cushions. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so we need log couch. What do you mean? Why is this Landers? Stop telling me that. You can fit there. You can fit anywhere. You don't have to be anywhere in particular. Okay, so this is one of my Gerudo patterns. Oops. Alright, I might make that an accent wall. Because Riju does have bookshelves in her bedroom. I guess this one's the closest color match. I'm thinking of trying the same overall arrangement that I had for the Kakariko room, since I'm doing a bookshelf in here too. I think it might work. We'll see. I didn't have these here in the Kakariko room because they didn't work with the build. We'll think about it. We'll contemplate. In the meanwhile, I need cube. I need a cube. I actually don't know if it's under... You know, it's probably under miscellaneous. Probably miscellaneous. There we go. Make this orange. Go. Now I need a table. This one is the one I used before, the Zen table, I believe. I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure that's the correct one. Yeah. Okay. It really calls attention to the fact that the couch is off-center, so maybe I won't do that. Maybe I won't. Ceiling furniture. What color are the curtains in the original room? Did I not take a screenshot of that? Is it green? Okay, it's green with like little gold trim. I don't know if I have any... Well, I suppose I have my Gerudo pattern, which I could do. We have this. Hold on, that might work. We have this. Or we have the custom design that I put on the couch. Which might also work, maybe? Maybe. Unless that's too busy. Might be too busy. Okay, let's just make these the base screen. And we'll come back to this later. We'll think about it later. Did I use those in my original build? I know there's curtains, drapes there, and oh, I did use my pattern in the original build, but it didn't look awful in the original build because it was separated from the couch. Okay, we'll have to consider that. Okay, we'll think about it. Okay. Nightstand is the next thing I want to do. Which ones did I use? Did I use this on the original build? I'm not sure. What did I use? Okay. So no, I used a different one. This might be nice still. I don't think it's awful. Consider that. Okay, and we need some pillars. Just a little divider for the room. Actually, do I want to swap this around? Maybe I want the couch on this side. Maybe. I don't mind if the couch is immediately adjacent to the divider, but I do mind if the table is. Although then you can't really see the couch design very well. Think about that. Okay, simple small dresser was the one I used in the original build. I don't know if there was a reason why I used that instead of the little nightstand. Unless it was just because I didn't like the color palette of the books underneath, which may have been the case. May have been the case. Cannot confirm or deny. What was I looking for? What was I looking for? I want the Rover's suitcase. Where is that? Where is that? You know what? We'll just do alphabetical. That's close enough. Okay, we have the rolling suitcase. I assume that should be... Oh, notes. It's not near the briefcase item. Darn. I was hoping it would be. I'm not sure if I 100% know the name of the item. Oh, it just is Rover's briefcase. Okay. 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 Because Riju's room has a bookshelf on one side, and then the other side of the room has a bunch of, like, luggage sort of items, I guess. So I was thinking this might work well in this build. I don't know. We'll contemplate that. I also need Mom's plushie. Actually, is there anything here that I want? Is there? Need a book. Oh, here's one of the Mom's items. Here we go. There we go. Definitely want to use the blue one. Okay, this is gonna have to go on the table. Okay, so basically all of the plushies I used were the Mom's plushies. Just to replace the sand seal plushies. Okay, so I put one on the table. Okay. Okay, hold on. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move this to here. Do I want to do that? Maybe I don't want to do that. maybe I changed my mind. Because I do like the light in the corner. I mean, I suppose I could just put the plushie on the divider? Also put one at the end of the bed. Is that excessive? Is that excessive? Or do I want a different piece of furniture for that? I'm not sure I love that piece of furniture there. But I'm not sure if there's anything else that would look right in this space. Chest might be good for just under the TV. I do want to put a TV in this build. Actually, I could put... That's another thought. Hold on. That's another thought. What if I did these at the end? So Mickey says, since when do you have stream streaks? I mean, I don't know. Since Twitch added those. I don't know. What do you want from me? Oh. Okay, I don't like that as much as the table. Trying to decide if there's anything I could actually use there. The Nordic low table. Maybe... Okay, what if we move all of these over a tile and we actually have 2 nightstands? Because in all of my other builds, I didn't have 2 nightstands. Because I was trying to save room. But maybe I need it. Maybe I need it for this one. I suppose that arrangement isn't awful. It's not awful. It's maybe not great, but it's not awful. We're definitely going to have one of these over here. We used the green one in my original build, but maybe we do something else for this. Okay, let's try this one over here. And the brown over here, maybe? Monkey says, I've definitely been in your stream more than 3 times in a row. I mean, yes, but your stream streak resets if your streak breaks. So I don't know. Maybe that's I don't actually know when Twitch implemented the streak thing. I did have a long gap of you know, when I took my break, so it's possible that's just, you know, you had your first one since they implemented that, and then I went on my break. And then you've been here for the last 2. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, wait, wait. Wait, I can use my pattern in this. Hold on. I didn't use it in Anka's house because it wouldn't let me, but I can use my patterns here. Hooray! Smile, Matt. We can use actual Gerudo carpet. Hooray! We love to see it. I'm not sure. You know what? Let's decide where I want the corners to be first, I guess. That's probably right. That's probably where I want it to be. Nope, not that one. Oops. No. Please grab the partition. Thank you. There we go. Hooray! Kind of. I kind of need something if I don't want it to look awkward like that. Do I love that? I don't know that I love that, though. I don't know that I love that, though. But the other alternative is that it ends right at the end of the group, which I also don't love. I also don't love that. Or... Okay, let's move this. What if I put this here? A little awkward at the back, but it's less noticeable at the back. Less noticeable that it's awkward at the back, rather. Okay, that's a little better. I might need to move it backwards if I decide to put an end table of some type at the end of the bed. But I don't think I need to. Okay, let's take carpet over here. Of course, I'm not sure if I want this on this side. Do I want the carpet just under the table, or do I also want it under the couch? Uncertain. Darn it. The corners keep going where I don't want them to go. Okay, there we go. That's better. Hmm. Okay. I'm not convinced I want the couch facing away. But if we're humoring that idea, let's change these back to my custom design. Because we can afford to. Yeah, I don't love not being able to see the couch from the entryway. So we might adjust that. We might adjust that. No, I think I actually like the lion more visible than I do the dog. Okay, let's scooch this. Let's try to move the carpet if I'm contemplating putting all those pieces there. Do I need it over one more? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Okay. Okay, that's not awful. Again, not sure if I love the double pattern or if I should just do this as a solid green. Maybe we just do it as a solid green. We can readjust later if we change our minds. See, it looks too plain, but I feel like my pattern looks too busy on that piece of furniture. I'll think about it. Okay. Is there anything else in this tab that I want for this build? Do I want a hanging cube light for this? Uncertain. It doesn't look awful, but if I was going to do that, I think I would need to make a choice between the one below and the one above. I think I did this in my original build. There. Let's check. Let's check. My memory's garbage. Let's check. Alright, and then I continued it down to the floor with panels. Which I could do. I could still do that. If I think it's warranted. What is it? Simple panel. Okay, let's check. I probably used this one. Actually, let's do the opposite. Because I can afford to. And let's switch this to brown, actually. Wall mounted. I used... These are not in the correct order. I used this thing. Not because it's accurate, but the flavor just felt right. Is it this one? I use this thing for texture. And it just felt right. I'm not sure if it feels right in this build, but maybe. Maybe? Yeah? Of course, I can't put the lion head above the bed like I did on the other one, since I have the additional wall. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Did I use the wrong color wood? Is there another pillar that is the correct color? Wooden pillar, concrete, brick. Oh, maybe I used simple. Did I use simple? Okay, it's not white. I don't think that's right. No, it has to have been. It has to have been the light wood. Has to have been. It has to have been. Nothing else works. Okay. Okay. Wall mounted. Um. Okay, let's get a TV on the wall. I think I used this bow in my original build too. Not sure if I would want to use it in this scenario. But maybe. We're also gonna need some of these for colored light. Why doesn't it illuminate this one? That's weird. It's weird. It kind of looks weird illuminating one side but not both. Alright, I'm flip-flopping again. Indecision. I could do a different pattern for the couch, actually. Because I have more patterns that I could use. I mean, I wanted this one because it's actually used in the palace, but we do have this one as well. I don't love that. I don't love that. I don't love it. Actually, out of curiosity. No. But worth considering. Actually, we could... Hold on. We could use that other pattern. I have to do this quick. We're coming up on an ad, so I need to take a burp. Where is the log? Okay. We want the chair. Put that in the light wood. And we'll do my blue pattern. Oh, there. We can put this here. I don't hate that. Although, now that I think about it, I'm going to have to find places to put plants. Anywho, chat, now's a great time to take care of yourselves, get yourself a snack, blanket, beverage, all the good things, because I'm taking a burp. So burp. Alright, I'm back. Okay, plants. We need plant types. Plant types. Are where? I don't think Ridgew's room has a fireplace, but fireplace could be fun. It'd be fun. It could be fancy. It could also be awful. It might actually be awful. It might be awful. I actually kind of don't hate having a dresser over here and a fireplace. What if... Okay, we'll think about it. We'll think about it. We'll think about it. Plants? Plant types? That's what I was looking for? Probably? Maybe? Okay, yeah, those don't come in any colors I would want with this build. And that's fine. Okay, so actual game has monsteras, but I've been using these bird of paradise plants just because I like them in a lot of my builds. So let's just use both, or at least look at both. We can at least contemplate both. I suppose I should check my references to see exactly where the monsteras are in Riju's bedroom. Okay, so she has one at each corner of the couch. I can't tell. There might also be some at the back of the bed. Uncertain. Uncertain? Okay. What if... I do like these on both ends. I think it needs to be symmetrical. Hmm. Okay, we're just gonna contemplate something, and if I hate it, I hate it. That's fine. It's legal to hate it and to change my mind. Okay, what if wall sticker? What if glow in the dark sticker? Hear me out. I don't actually have anything to say, but but hear me out. Hear me out. Okay, I don't love that. I don't love it. I mean, it's not terrible, but I don't love it. Set it back to my left pattern. The other option is we could shift where things sit. I mean, I kind of like everything being on the back, but we could make the bookshelf wallpaper be out the front edge of the room. We had to. I like this better. No, I don't. No, I don't. No, I do not. Okay, let's, now that we've sort of filled the room a little bit, let's reinvestigate the other flooring. Ooh. Okay, that's not bad. It looks a little bit better now that the room is sort of filled. So maybe. Alternate pattern. Seal the deal. Let's seal the deal, chat. Oh. I don't hate it. I don't know that I love it, but I didn't love the other option either, so maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe it doesn't matter. You know what we do need, though? We need more red light. Put this in there. Is there anywhere where I can put a bird of paradise? Because I really do like that. It's really pretty. It's really pretty and I like it. Sir? Thank you. Okay, maybe it just doesn't work in this build. I'd have to pick one or the other, and I think I want to go with the Monsteras for this particular build. It's fine. I'll live with it. It's fine. Okay, I think I actually do want to make this the green pattern. It matches the other room. We could try the sand seal pattern on the curtains because I did that in my original build. So that I had a sand seal somewhere in the room. I don't know that I love that though. I don't think I love it. Hey Xandros, welcome in. Xandros says, I'm here a lurkin'. Well, thank you for the lurk. It's always nice to see you. Actually, Xanros, maybe you have some insight for me. Whenever you're unlurking. Let me know when you're unlurking. Because, Satoros and I ordered a camera. And you do photography things. I ordered a camera because it was $300 off. And I just desperately wanted a new camera. And now seemed like the right time because, baby, we're gonna want to take pictures. A bajillion pictures. We have not gotten a lens for it yet, and I have two lenses that I'm eyeing. One of them is the much more affordable option, which is probably what we'll end up getting. But then there's another one that I want it instead. Do you have any recommended places where you look for used camera gear? Is my question. Or do you never buy used? My brother suggested KEH. I was also looking at Adorama, which had one of the lenses I was looking at, the cheaper one. The one that the lens that I really want is sort of new-ish. Came out in the latter half of last year, which is maybe why I can't find it used anywhere. But I'm wondering if there's other places I could be looking. Hey, Pekka, welcome in. Pekka says B&H, right? I don't know if I checked B&H specifically for the lens. I know I checked there for the camera, and then Sutos and I decided, no, we'll just get it new since it's on sale. Because we'd rather have a warranty, a manufacturer's warranty, you know? Banner says, we have 3 used gear stores in Canada. I don't think they're in the US. Harrisdale is my go-to up here because they are local. What are the lenses and what camera? We ordered the Panasonic Lumix S12E. I'm hoping it's good. I'm hoping it's good. The lenses that I was looking at, one of them I can get pretty affordably used. It's like just under $300 before tax. That was a 24? One of the lenses was a 20 and one of them was a 24, I think, but they both go to 60 millimeters. The cheaper one is a 3.5 to 5.6 aperture. The other one is the lowest aperture is 2.8 throughout the whole zoom, which is why I want it. I don't remember what the model numbers of those lenses are offhand, but they were both Panasonic, since I was looking at a Panasonic camera. 1000% do the 2.8. Yes, but it's expensive. It's like $1,000 new, and I can't find it anywhere used is the problem. Can't find it anywhere used because I think it's a new lens. I think it came out at the same time as the camera. I also can't find the camera used. But again, that's kind of moot. Because we decided, manufacturer's warranty, hooray! Xander says, yeah, but 2.8 is 1000% worth it. Yeah, well, yes, I'm sure it is. But, I would have to talk to... I don't know that Satoros and I are comfortable dropping $1,000 on a lens. Xander says, anything lower than 3 is a, I presume, no vote. Xander says Satoros, let her get the 2.8 lens. Petco says LeMayo. Sorry, Mikey just says, just casually drop all of your money on all of the things. Look, my original camera, that I have a Nikon. I have a D50-100, which served me well until I got very frustrated with it. That one, I went for several years on a 3.5 to 5.6 lens. I used that one during when I studied abroad in college. I did a digital photography course in Florence, and it was fine. I don't think I would be unhappy with the 3.5. I just think I'd get much prettier bokeh with the 2.8. But it's the camera is also. I mean, I'm also probably gonna get better bokeh with the camera than with my D5100 because it's a full frame sensor. So from reviews that I've listened to, that would give me better bokeh than I would get on my D5100. I don't know why. I'm not a like, I like taking pictures, but I'm not like a hardcore camera tech person. My brother is, so I've been I picked his brain yesterday on camera things. But yeah, just wondering any resources for buying used that I could check out to see if they have the lens I want. That was it. That was the question. Sorry. You know what? Let me scroll up. I've missed some chat. Echo says, on the most expensive hobby I've experienced. No big deal. Sir Monkey says, it's not like you have any large recurring expenses like a baby or something. It's true. Exactly. Oh. Danos says, I am a wedding photographer. Yeah, well, that's why I asked. Because I figured if someone in chat would know camera things, it would be you. So it's also an expensive side business, yeah. Petco asks Xanros, I presume, have you at least broken even on gear purchases to photo ops done? Xanros says, it's easy to get bokeh if you know what you are doing. The problem is everyone likes shooting at f1000. Well, I don't. I don't like to shoot on that. But that's okay. Xander says, yeah, I don't buy new and the gear lasts me a while. That's why I say the f2.8. Echo says, holy cats, B&H doesn't have anything used for this S12E. Yeah, because it's new. Because it's new is the thing. It came out in the latter half of last year. I was sort of picking my brother's brain about, like, hey, what effectively would I be losing by not getting the 2.8? And or is it worth trying to wait a month or two just to see if I could find one used? Echo says, how new is this model of camera? October? Maybe? I don't remember. But the latter half of last year. Becco says, oh no. Oh, you bought the newest Apple laptop and want used Apple accessories. I'm so sorry for your loss. False. Yeah, I'm eyeing that one because I think it will be nicer. And just realistically, I know, when's the next time I'm gonna buy another lens? I went like a decade on my 18 to 55 millimeter kit lens that came with my, that I got with my D5100. When am I gonna buy another lens? Oh, anywho. Alright, well, that was a nice little tangent, chat. But let's get back to the build. I think we're actually almost done the build. I mean, I might reassess this later. I might want to just, like, let this stew for a little bit. Sit on this one. I've done that with my other builds. And, you know, added... Oh, you know what? We need to put something on this taller little, pillar. Let's check the miscellaneous. Let's check miscellaneous. Let's see if there's anything... Oh, wait. We need, Okay, I want to look at the trophy. And I think my other build had, like, a golden urn that I used. Might look good in the corner. Let's see if I can find either of those items. I don't think the urn will be in the miscellaneous tab, but the trophy should be. Petco says, so you were saying you were tired of your camera body because UI, ergo, etc. For multiple reasons. I want to be able to take photos indoors without struggling to have enough light. For one. Two, over the last few years, my camera has really started to struggle with autofocus. I did bring it to a camera place locally to get the sensor cleaned at one point to try to help with that. I don't actually know if that helped because I haven't used it extensively since that point in time. But I don't know. I got really fed up after I brought it to a local convention, and I, you know, from the 2 days that Satoros and I were there, I took a bunch of pictures of, you know, cosplay group photo shoots, and like half of the photos were out of focus. It was very upsetting. It was very upsetting. Oh. But anywho. Xander says, I mean, I'll argue on new cameras being better than some older ones sometimes. Also, Echo says, oh! Lady! Lady Raid! Hi, lady. Welcome in. How did your, rando go? Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Also, Havel. Hi, Havel. Welcome, Raiders. Hold on. Xandros, thank you. Xandros, can you do a shout out for Havel too? How did the rando go? Tell me how things went. Welcome in. Hi. Welcome, Raiders. It's been a hot second since I've had a raid because it's also sort of been a hot second since I've streamed. Let me catch up on chat. Hold on. Ruby says, oh no, she's here. Lady says, oh, hi. Oh, hey, girl, hey. Havel says we're both tired. Well, Havel and Lady, thank you both for raiding in. It's lovely to see you both. Thank you for bringing your communities along. Feel free to raid and run. You don't have to stay. I'm not holding you hostage. But thank you. But thank you for dropping by to say hi. Oh. Also, Lady, I want to chat with you about randomizer things at some point. I sent you a message on Discord earlier. I hope that didn't distract you during your stream. Did somebody do a shout out for Havel? I'm not seeing it. Did I miss it? I'll do it. Don't make me. Okay, hold on. This is a lot of chat to catch up on. You know what? I'm gonna do it just in case. Once I remember how to do it. Alright, if Havel got 2 shoutouts, that's fine. Alright, let me catch up on chat. Sir Monkey says, I'm also apparently a raider somehow despite already being here. Yeah, that's how it works when you're in multiple channels, Sir Monkey. Lady says, of course I'm gonna say hi. Well, I appreciate it. It's always nice seeing you, lady. Eyeball emoji. Ruby says, lady would definitely know about keeping families hostage. Sir Monkey said, I did the shadow. Yeah, okay, well, thank you. I also did it, so it's fine. Oh. Okay, now I'm caught up. Sort of. Sort of? Nope, it just keeps going. Hold on. Lady says, excuse you. I tagged Ruby. I replied to Sir Monkey. Okay. Sir Monkey says, I have 2 ears, don't I? Lady says, I'm tired. Lady, go to bed. Go to bed. I don't know what time it is locally for you, but go to bed. Becca says, hey Jenny, so for the camera you were looking at, you're looking for L-mount lenses. Yes. Yes, I am. Technically it's part of the L-mount alliance or whatever, so other brand lenses would work. I'm willing to consider. I think I would need to look at reviews for other stuff, though. Lady says it's 10:50. Lady and Havel, how long were you streaming for? 10:50 is not bad, unless you were streaming for a very long time. Pecco says, also, have you tried out the camera IRL yet? No. No, I have not. But there's a 30-day return policy on it, so if I try it and I don't vibe with it, we can send it back. It's too bad, because when I checked the Panasonic website, they actually have a loan program so you can try things before you buy. But there was nowhere local we could do that in our neck of the woods. So I think that might be a just Europe thing, but it's neat that they offer that. Sandra says, I was just about to ask how far east are you to be 4 hours ahead of me, but my math was poor. Becca says, might try for that first before ordering lenses, lol. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Well, I guess I don't know to what extent I'll be able to even test it without a lens is the thing. I don't know if that's a thing. I actually don't know. I've never used my Nikon D50-100 without a lens on it for obvious reasons. But I don't know if I can test a camera without a lens. I don't know if that's a thing. Maybe Xandros knows. I don't know. Okay, let's look for the urn. I'm not entirely convinced I'm gonna keep that trophy, but we're gonna muse over it. I actually don't know what the urn is called. Tanner says, you can see if there's a lens rental place to try lenses out. That's a thought. Because I would only just need, it doesn't even need to be an amazing lens. I just need to confirm that the camera works. That's a good thought, Sandros. I will investigate that. Okay, box is a maybe. Box is a maybe. Sandra says, most cameras will boot up without a lens, but may not release the shutter. Okay. Yeah, I figured I'd be able to at least check out menus and stuff, but maybe not be able to take pictures. You know what? I should check and see if there's anything with the name Golden. Because then I could probably find it alphabetically. I think it's... Unless it's a customization. It might be a customization. Ooh, we could try vase. Golden vase. what if this here, this here, I don't love it. I don't love it. Xandra says, if the camera turns on and powers on, it'll be pins on the lens piece that may or may not work, but you'll need a lens to test that. It may also be mad about not having a memory card too. Potentially, yeah. My Nikon D5100 will take pictures without one. It just won't save them. It'll give you like a little warning pop up, I think. Last time I tried it and I didn't realize I didn't have a memory card in because I had swapped memory cards into my one of my brother's cameras that I borrowed. Because Sartoros and I did an outing with the baby. We did an outing to take Christmas pictures, which was fun. Actually. This might be too big. This might be too big to do literally anything with. Never mind. Abort. Abort. Abandon ship. Thought. What if? I don't love that I'm missing a texture there, but it would give me the placement I want for the vase. I don't think the vase was what I used in my original build in Anka's house. I'm pretty sure that item is an urn, but I don't know what it's called. But maybe it's fine. The vase does look nice. Hold on. I missed chat. Andrew says, cameras being discontinued isn't a problem. Echo says, never mind, false alarm. In response to what? I don't know. Oh. Xandra says, just means it may not get new firmware for the camera body for various things. Usually if it's EOL, I don't know what that's short for. Of updates. Its maxed capacity of what it will get from updates. They will still release any big major ones that update stability. I'm using some cameras that are 2 models old now, and they're still beasts in their own right. Echo says, how is official support for discontinued camera bodies usually go, though? Banner says, like for repairs? Petco says, yeah, or something like that. Speaking from a tech world perspective, discontinued scares the bejesus out of me. Xandra says cameras are a different beast, especially pro-grade ones. Even most mid-grade and prosumer stuff, like the Canon TXI lineup, they still will fix them. Becco says, LOL, I thought I saw someone say the camera you were looking at was discontinued, but I was wrong. The camera I'm looking at is new. That's what I'm saying. It's new, and the lens that I want, I think it came out at the same time as the camera, so the lens is also new. Sandra says, either manufacturer will repair, or there's a lot of repair places out there that will fix them. Okay, I'm caught up. This might be... We might be done. I might need to just live with this for a little bit to decide if I want to do anything else with it. Banner says you could also look at third-party lens options too. You said Pentax, right? Or Panasonic? Panasonic is the camera. Panasonic Lumix. I didn't dig too deep into reviews for third-party lenses for that. And some of the reviews I listened to about the camera mentioned Sigma lenses, which are compatible. Mentioned them as being good. But I don't know if there's anything... I don't know if anything else is really going to be significantly lower in price range and comparable in specs to what I'm looking at, you know? So it might be moot. Andros says, Sigma have an awesome lineup. Have you used a bunch of Sigma lenses, Andros? Xander says, Sigma is just as good, if not better, than most first-party lenses. Before I switched to Tamron, yes. Okay. Because there wasn't... It's funny, because when I was looking at lenses, I was trying to... I started by looking to see if there's anything, like, specs-wise similar to the starting lens I had on my Nikon, just... because that was fine. That was acceptable. Then when I realized the lens I wanted from Panasonic is sort of out of the price range unless I can find it used, then I started looking at I did look through the menu of all the Sigma options, and I also couldn't find one that had the same specs there compared to the new lens that I'm looking at. So I don't know what would be good. I don't know what would be good. You know what? Maybe this is fine. Maybe this is fine. I don't think there's any, like, paintings or anything in Riju's bedroom. Do I have... Hold on. Are there any other of my custom codes that I want to use in this? Ooh! We could do a town window. We also have the Gerudo crest. Hold on, let's see what the Gerudo, the window. Let's see how that looks in this space. Because I could put it on this wall here, and it might look nice. Technically, that window isn't in the palace. But we're not trying to 100% recreate the palace, so that's fine. It might be fine. It might just look nice. I like that there's something there. But I'm not sure I love the teal. You know what? It's fine. Let's get rid of that for now. I might adjust this build off stream, but let's just take a picture and call it done. We will call it done. Dunsies, dunzos, dunkaroos. Okay. Oh, I missed more chat. Hold on. Chat is... apparently I opened a... can of worms with this discussion. What did I miss? Xander's follow-up to what Xander said earlier about lenses. They're beasts. I switched to Tamron because of a shorter focal distance. Your Nikon is probably like a 1855-ish. Yeah, it is. It's 1855 millimeter, 3.5 to 5.6. Yep. Again, just basic lens. It was fine. It did the job for the photography course I took in Florence. And then I used it for several years, and I've used it to photograph my artwork here in the house. And that's one of my struggles. Because, like, I can only basically use it on a tripod here in the house, unless I want noise. All the noise. Oh, that's the other thing that I got really frustrated with that camera. The video, it's... Video? No. It can take video. But the video's, it looks awful. It looks terrible. And I do want the option of having a camera that can take nice looking video. Because content creation. And I would like to be able to use it for that. In addition to, you know, taking a bajillion pictures and videos of Bebe. Pecco says, are you committed to this camera body? Sony has pretty neat stuff, and at the very least, lens purchasing will be easier. Haha. I did a bit of research, Pecco. I think I'm satisfied with this choice. At least, and, well, that's the other thing, too. It's like, this camera is sort of at a lower price bracket with all of the features that I want compared to comparable options from other brands. So I don't even know if Sony would have something in the same price range with the same features that's full frame. I want full frame. I want bigger sensor, more lights. I want to struggle less. I want to struggle so much less. I want to stop being angry at my camera. I want a camera that I'm not angry at. I want to just be able to take pictures. Anywho. Again, the Nikon served me well for several years. It's best used outdoors, though, is the thing. And I want to be able to use camera indoors. Preferably. Obviously, maybe a different lens would have helped with that, but again, the autofocus was an issue, so it's just time. It's time. I've had that thing for too late to math. It's too late to math. Well over a decade. It's too late. Too late to math. I'm not going to do it. You can't make me, chat. You can't make me math. Banner says, I definitely recommend Sigma. They are usually lower price point than first-party lenses, do a bit more, and a fraction of the price. Okay, well maybe I'll message you later, Xaneros. Maybe I'll send you a link to the lens that I was eyeing, and maybe you can tell me if there's something comparable in Sigma. Echo says, oh, I wouldn't be me without at least bringing up the idea of shopping local as well. Xander says, lots of good camera manufacturers out there are fantastic. I've seen what Panasonic can do, and they do well. I like to stick to brands that are supported by the programs I use. Sometimes it's all a little longer to get updates for Lightroom to support the camera bodies. Might just need to tweak settings in the camera. The settings have to be completely different than doing still photography. Sony has a lot of options for cheap. Okay, well, I don't know. This was just sort of the camera I stumbled across in reviews, so. I know, my sister-in-law actually just got a Sony, and I know my brother was impressed with it, so. Echo says, you need SLR, DSLR, or is mirrorless okay? The camera is mirrorless. The Lumix that we ordered is mirrorless, Echo. Xander says, I mean, you could look at a better lens for the Nikon. It'd do a bunch, too. But again, autofocus. Autofocus. I don't want to deal with it anymore. I want better autofocus. I want modern autofocus. Laptop, please move the buttons. I don't... Okay, I'll look it up in a second. My OBS chat is getting a little glitchy. Let me look on my second laptop to see what you said. Sandra says, it looks like it's against the A7 lines. There's full frame, but small body camera from Sony. I was eyeballing it once. I'll have to remember which one it is. I love my Sony bodies. It also opens up the Tamron lineup, which is Sigma, but cheaper. Echo says, oh, it's already on the way? Never mind me then, LOL. Hey, look, it's another stream streak. Speaking of. Yeah, Pecco, it's on the way. It's been ordered. If there's a 30-day from purchase return window. So if you decide, Citrus and I decide it's not the camera, we can return it. We can try it and return it. Do I like this picture? Is this, you know what? It's fine. It's fine. It's good enough. Good enough. Yar, what's a foot? All done. Pay me my money. It'd be wonderful. You've got a popular room on your hands, no doubt. Sail back to the lobby together. Becca says, oh, what's this button do? The room's already done, and it's making me feel refreshed. Thank you. I'm giving you 200 tickets as a little thank you gift. Please take out your phone for me, if you would. Alrighty, see you next time. Alright, what hour is it in-game? 3 minutes. 3 minutes to 5 a.m. I think 5 a.m. is when the day advances. So this is a perfect time for a BRB. I don't know how much longer I'll play, but I'll probably do a little bit more before I call it. So, since we're waiting for the clock to get moving, now's a great time to take care of yourselves, chat. Get yourself a snack, blanket, beverage, all the good things. Enjoy some words. See you in a few. Alright, I'm back. The day didn't advance, so I took a few seconds to just move the clock forward, chat. Oh, great! We have a definition. Hold on. A definition for quarter, which apparently is a word. Pekka says, one that cords, specifically one that stitches cord or braid on fabric. One that cords, specifically one that stitches cord or braid on fabric. Pecco, is this a actual definition, or are you just guessing the definition? Oh, also chat, I updated the outfits. That may have been obvious earlier, when we, stopped by and Sprinkles was dressed in this. But anywho, I wish we could. I wish I could wear the tri headband on top of the wig. Sadly, I cannot. It's either or. All right. Morning, Gerudo. Happy Horizons to you. Like I says, Merriam-Webster. Oxford was taking its sweet time. Okay. So it is an official definition. Thank you for dropping knowledge in chat. So, what do you say? You gonna help me with the guest room? Yar! Well, thank you. So, standard or VIP room? Which will it be? Standard. I don't think we're gonna finish this room tonight, chat, but we can at least start it. We are going to... Okay, this one is... We'll leave that one. Oh, wait, hold on. Before we destroy the room, let's go just assess what we have currently. Because this is the one we'll be redoing. The theme for this was a freezing or something? Freezing room? Echo says, oh, never mind. Oxford is subscription only. LeMayo, hate it here. Yeah, that checks out. Alright. So, I'd started trying to work on the vibes just to sort of mess around with a few things. But this is not what we will be keeping long term. Look at the tri headband. It's so good. It's so good. Anyway, okay. Anyways, okay. This is what we're working with as the base. I'm gonna delete all of that so that I can get paid. Because apparently they don't pay you money if you just make changes to the room. And I want money. Oh, because chat! Hold on, before we do this. I did unlock the secret shop. Good seeing ya. Want to peep at the catalog? I do. I unlocked the secret items. All these good items. I mean, I ordered the two that I wanted, which were the NES and the Game Boy. But we have a bunch of great options here. I probably should order another one because I have currency. Maybe this one? Let's go with this one, because I'm familiar with this one. I think. Or a system that looks just like it. If not that exact one. I feel like, I don't know. It's been ages though since I've seen any of these retro systems, so... Oh, Sarah says, SNES! Sir Monkey says, you mail ordering some retro games. Echo says, poll! Hold on, there was a poll? Does Gerudo listen to our poll? Yes, no, why would she? I literally just read the poll! But what do you mean, do I listen to the poll? Do I acknowledge that it's there? Is there a thing you wanted me to buy that I missed? I've acknowledged your poll, chat, but if you want me to order a specific item, you're gonna have to remake that poll because I don't see it. I don't see it. Okay? Chat, I'll give you like a minute. If you want to make a poll, I have enough currency to buy one more that I don't need. Okay? If you want me to buy one that I'm not going to use probably, now's the time to make a new poll. Sora Monkey says, fine, I'll make an actual poll and not mess around. Okay. Yeah, make a poll. If there's another system you want me to buy, here, let's go back to the menu. I can't guarantee I'll use it. It really just depends if it's appropriate for anywhere on the island. It won't be appropriate for any of these hotel builds, but I will be placing some on my main island, which we're still working on. Don't chat though. You have to have one of these recognizable systems, okay? I'm not buying any of these ugly looking ones. Okay? We're not buying Ultra Hand. We're not buying Ultra Machine. We're not buying Love Tester. This one's sort of borderline, but any of the other ones. This one's also borderline. Although I guess if you make a poll, I guess I'll do it. These three don't look like games though. Any of the other ones. I will begrudgingly buy one of these half ugly ones if you want me to, chat, but not whatever this is. We're not doing this. We're not doing this, whatever this is. Oh. Was there a poll? What by? Okay. Sir Muggy, did you make this poll? And did you add Ultra Hand just because I said I'm not buying it? Oh. Pekka says, hey Zan. Wait, Sir Monkey says maybe. Alright. Pekka says, hold on. Hey Zan, do you have a rec for scrubs in terms of best lens to get beyond whatever comes with the camera? Sir Monkey says, what were the options? I don't remember. Well, too late, you already made the poll. Pekka says, also, why is there not a cat plushie instead of a console? In the poll, you mean? I've already bought the cat plushie. I own one. I already customized it to be like the color point pattern. Okay, you want me to buy the Super Famicom? Is that one of the half ugly ones, but it looks like a thing, so it's fine. Oh no. This one's legit. Okay, you want me to buy this? How many votes? There was 2 votes for that? Okay. That's acceptable. This was not the one I just bought. I just bought this one. Okay, yeah, I would have bought this one anyway. That's fine. We can buy it now. Alright, I'm now broke, chat. I'm now broke. But it's fine. I listened to you, chat. You're welcome. Xanos says in response to Petco, anything in sorta a 22, 24 to 75-ish range, wide open of 2.8-ish is golden. It's such powerhouse range. My main lens is a Tamron 24 to 75 millimeter 2.8 Tamron. It's my main lens for everything. Then I have a 75 to 200 f2.8 for other stuff. The second body uses that for weddings mostly. Sir Monkey says, annoyingly enough, the poll creation menu was right in the way and I could barely see or remember anything. Wait! Where's the scoot? Hold on. Why no scoot? Why no scoot? Okay, I triggered it manually. Sorry, I don't know why no scoot. Why no scoot? Alright, we're just gonna do this for a few minutes, chat, because I do need to start getting ready for bed. Start over. This one will probably get finished off stream. But it's okay. I will show you, chat, what it looks like after I finish it. Choose a theme. Going with freezing, frozen, whatever it's called. Frozen. Here we go. Here we go. Yar! I'll be looking forward to seeing your work. I'll just leave it to you. Alright, let me turn that back off. I'm not sure why that didn't trigger. But thankfully, I can manually trigger it. When you're done, come talk to me. And now, I'll leave it in your hands. Echo says, LeMayo, that lens length and aperture size combo is sure expensive for my old used for 1.2K. Camera things do be expensive. I don't know that this is the lighting I'm gonna want for this. We'll start with the orange. I usually do orange. I think I'd still want wind. The wind just works perfectly ambiance-wise for both desert and blizzard in the mountains. Okay. We need a different wallpaper. So I was thinking this one, although I suppose I should check my references to see if there's something else I want. Oh, I guess, you know what? No, it's too busy. That's too busy. Let me check my references. Snowpeak, I probably should have reiterated that that's what I was looking to build for the second build. Snowpeak has a different aesthetic, like, in a lot of the rooms. So some of it's like gray, sort of brick. They actually do have sort of a ramshackle look in some of the rooms. The kitchen looks sort of worn down. Some of the other rooms have like a off-white wall with like a brown paneled trim at the bottom, which I don't think I really have anything to match that. Unless I made a trim, which I don't plan to at this point in time, because I am low on custom design slots. I guess this one has brown trim at the bottom, it's just not panels. So it's not really the right vibe. This one might be worth considering, actually. Or maybe as an accent wallpaper, it might be worth considering. I'll think about that one. I think maybe I'll just start with the rustic for now. If I can find it again. I also have black brick. We'll start with this for now. Actually, hold on. Antique brick might be okay for the vibe. I'll think about that one. Hold on. We need this to be so much darker. No windows. Okay, I think I actually am gonna tint this. Maybe we go white and we just set it super low. Or yellow? I don't know. I normally like the orange, but I almost feel like it's too much for this. Maybe yellow though. Maybe yellow. Lady! Hold on, I see lady emotes. Lady, I thought you were tired. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Unless you want to talk Pictionary rando things. Because I want to talk those things. But that can be another day. That can be another day. Message me whenever you're not tired. Becca says, I was looking for myself E-mount, APS-C mount. B&H didn't have many reasonable prices for that length/aperture. I'll keep poking around though. Not that serious though. I haven't needed a camera in a minute. Sandra says, I think they were both about 1K. I assume that CAD is Canadian dollars, correct? Correct? Probably. I'm not the greatest with acronyms. The 24 to 75 was $850. Xanos asks Pekka, what camera? Pekka says, Sony NEX-5N. It's ancient Lameo. Xanos says, I'd take a look at Tamron and see if they have stuff. They have solid autofocus lenses. Okay. So I was right. It was Canadian dollars. I'm just confirming because I'm tired and I'm bad at acronyms, and we know this. We know this historically that I'm bad at acronyms. Okay, let's start with this. One of the most important things for this build is the special code that I made just for my Snowpeak room in my house. Display here. File mat. Of course, we'll have to decide where I'm putting gaps in this design. Oops. There we go. Xander says, Sony owns a piece of Tamron, so they have quite a few solid Sony lenses that easily beat the Sony Zeiss lineup. Echo says, $529 used on Amazon, $800 otherwise. Oof, ouch, owie. I mean, that's lenses, Petco. Petco has lenses. That's the problem. That's why I am sad. Oh. I am less sad. Okay. You know what? In my main house, I may have just had the light completely off. Maybe that's how I achieved the color that I like. Hold on. We gotta do this. And then delete, just so I don't mess up the pattern. Oops, I went too far. Because, yeah, I know. I guess that was part of why I stopped shooting so much. Well, again, to my discussion earlier, to my monologue earlier, I got by for a very long time on just one lens. So, I mean, you theoretically could. I'm not saying that you'll be able to achieve everything you want to, artistically speaking, but if the point is just to take pictures, then you don't need everything, technically. There are just certain things I would like to be able to do, personally, without getting frustrated, and that's the thing. That's why I wanted to upgrade. And again, just to take pictures and video at all. Because again, autofocus struggles. Autofocus struggles. Low light struggles. All the struggles. You know what? Just out of curiosity. I did take a screenshot of my temporary build here. Okay. My gap in the middle was kind of a lot simpler. That's fine. Let's start with that. We're gonna need bed. I'm also gonna need to wrap up. Oh. I suppose I could consider finishing this on stream and just working on other things in the meanwhile. Oh, I have to think about it, chat. I'll have to decide if I want to finish this one on stream. Sandra says, the thing I like about the Sony lenses is they will work on pretty much all their bodies. Sandra also says, so as someone who does it semi-professionally, I could easily shoot a wedding with a Nikon 3100 or Canon T3i, which I did when I first got started. It's pretty much knowing how to use what you have. Echo says, apparently I bought previously a 25mm f1.8 to f16 lens before, manual focus, which was pretty cheap. Haha. I'm not super great at manual focusing, but I imagine that's part of it. Xander says, all manual focus lenses are cheap, but knowing how to manually focus is the key. If you were doing landscapes, it's easy. Working with people, I don't use manual focus. That is fair. What size rugs do we have? I might have to delete some of my stuff. We might have to have some amount of gap at the edge of the room. Which is fine, since we're leaving some of this. Technically, hold on, let me just check. Let me try the other rugs because well, that's really big though. That's really big. I don't think any of the circular rugs have patterns on them. Oh. Technically, it's a red rug in the bedroom / boss chamber in Snowpeak Ruins. I mean, I don't hate that. I wish it had a pattern, but I don't hate it. Think about it. Think about it. We do need a fireplace. That is mandatory. With the right ambiance. Nope, nope, nope. Technically, one of the regular fireplaces would probably look better. Or, sorry, would probably be more accurate, is what I meant to say. Not look better, just more be more accurate. But, we have this fancy new fireplace from the 3.0 update. So I'd rather use that. Do I want to go white with this? I'm actually not sure what color I should do. Black. Gray would better match the room, I suppose. Okay, let's just start with gray, I guess. I don't know. Just confirming. I need this to be in right order. Just confirming. This shows through the fireplace, correct? Okay. Only a little bit on top. If I put another item there, then we could hide that, maybe. We want the red glow. But I'd have to hide it. Alternatively, we could maybe grab a different lamp. Oops. Okay, I think that's too much. Okay, we'll think about it. I'll consider. I'll consider off stream. Probably. Maybe. You know what? You know what? Yeah. Yeah, actually. Yeah. Let's turn that off. I just want dim ambiance. Yeah, I'm not sure if red is really the color that I should be going for. Does this add any glow? It does, but it also pokes through. Okay, nope, that also pokes through. I guess just the floral sconce is the only thing that didn't really... Okay, that's fine. We can do that for now. Alright, we need curtains, curtain partition. You know what? Put this back in their proper order. So this might be too far. Curtain partition. Ooh, I just saw it. No, I think the drapes around the bed were like a pale purple. I don't know if there is a customization option for that, or if we should just leave it white. Oh, I didn't change the curtain rod on the Gerudo one. I'll have to fix that later. Oopsies. Oopsie doodles. We have a striped purple. Okay, I think I'm just gonna leave it white. Okay, I should probably call it there, chat. I should probably call it there. Oh, because I need to get ready for bed. I have so much to do before bedtime. Unfortunately. Is the baby life. Anywho, thank you everybody for hanging out. This was fun chit-chatting. Let me catch up on chat before we wrap up. Xander says, I have an idea. Let's paint the door red, then listen to a song and paint it black. What? Alright. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. Phone. I need to see if there's anyone that I want to raid. We need to check. Is there a raid target? Ooh. Toasty's live. Toasty's playing Clear Obscure Expedition 33. We could go say hi to Toasty. It's been a while. Let's do that. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. Have a great rest of your night. If you would like to see some Expedition 33,